Hi, I'm Tony with Skeleton Key Comics. Sam is my editor, and I'm going to teach you how to go from these to this, selling on Whatnot Comics. I'm going to go over the materials I use, the equipment I use, and how I use everything. We are going to go over the steps I take to pack the comics, and then the common packing mistakes I see when I receive comics from Whatnot, from eBay, from Instagram, everything. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we're off. First thing you're going to want to get is a thermal printer. This is going to save you a ton of money on ink. We were going through like almost a whole ink cartridge every time, and that was like $60. I think total you'd probably spend like maybe 100 or something, give or take like 20 bucks. And what that does is it basically shoots a laser down on these little stickers. Comes in like a full thing like that. Shoots a laser down and it looks just like ink. Looks just like this. Super easy, super good. You're gonna want to get yourself some Gemini boxes. So this one is, you're gonna use this for your regular size comics, such as these, such as this. And then they also have this Gemini box here is for your larger comics, like this, little oversized comics. This is the graphic novel. I don't think, this is not the same size as the Treasury Edition. If you get a Treasury Edition, you're probably gonna need a different box for that. Let's see, these things are called divider pads. You can order them with your Gemini box or you can order them separate. I always order, I usually order a big pack of Gemini boxes with this involved, and then I order another pack of Gemini boxes. You're gonna use this for single issue comics, like this. I just tape it on there like that. You'll see why when I get to that. This is your delicate surface lavender tape. This is a lot like your blue wall tape or your green tape, but this is really special because it's a lot less tacky than the blue and especially the green. So this comes off the comics very easily while still securing it down. You're gonna want to get some heavy duty shipping tape, just regular shipping tape, no big deal. Sam and I use these things. These are cellophane bags, otherwise known as silo bags. They seal up, they're waterproof for as much as they can be. Just a little extra protection in case, you know, your package gets stuck in the rain somewhere. And then the last thing, which a lot of people forget this part, and you don't want to forget this part, is branding or unique items or swag, however you want to put it, whatever you want to put in there. We personally use trading cards. We'll put a trading card in there, which we learned from one of our friends who passed, Dusty. He used to give out trading cards, so we decided to take that. Since we're Skeleton Key Comics, we get these little skeleton keys and put them in the boxes. A lot of people will buy these type of little stickers. They'll throw them in the box or put it on the package, something like that. That's what we do as well. And then the last part of the swag are these cute little stickers. We get just little stickers to put on the outside to stay fragile, whatever you want. You definitely want to do something because it really helps when the package shows up to the door and they're like, oh my gosh, that's straight from Skeleton Key Comics, I'm so excited. Whereas a lot of times if there's nothing on it, then they don't really know what it is exactly, because a lot of people order comics and they forget. And anyways, so you want to definitely personalize your brand. So let's get to packing. So first thing, you get your Gemini box out, put it here. You get your comics here. And what you're going to want to do is you get your comic cover, and then you marry them down like that. Take the next one, put it on top, put the cover on the cover like that. The reason you're going to do that is because you want the spines to be on opposite side as you go through. If you put all the spines on one side, then it's going to be lopsided, and then you're putting a lot of pressure basically on the spines. You can cause some damage to the books. You don't want to do that. So this is basically what it'll look like once you tape it down. What I do is get a little piece of tape out, make sure you get this little, you fold it over like that. That creates a little tab, and you'll see this here, right here. The reason you want to do that is because otherwise you have to dig in there. Sometimes you can actually scratch the books depending on if it's the cover or the back part. Anyways, just makes it super easy to come off, but it stays secure. So you make a little tab, get some off, and then make another little tab. I usually just hang it off the edge like this. Put it on that side, wrap it around. Super secure, super tight. So you take this side, fold it over like this. So you're gonna wanna not see the Gemini symbol. The Gemini symbol is gonna be on the other side. Fold it over like this, put it down right here. There's a little perforation. So there's 3 lines of perforation on this side, 3 lines on this side. That's for different size stacks. So you just line it up real good. They're pretty good. Fold it up like that, fold it over like that. That gets that bends in there. And then what I do, this is a little trick of the trade, make another little tab, break off a piece. You're gonna wanna throw it right here and right here. Boom. Wrap that around. Do it one more time. You're gonna do that on the bottom side over here. And what that does is that keeps that in there. Very secure, not moving around. It's one danger of shipping is if it's in a box and the comics are just sliding around all over the place, the box itself can be damaging the books, which you don't want. Get your regular packing tape. You're going to want to make a little tab here as well. Boom. Make that little thing there. It goes just right here, holds that thing down. What I've noticed is that, you see how it like kind of goes up and down like that? I don't like that. I don't know if it does anything. So I do the same thing I did before with the purple tape, is I just do tape over on this side, I do tape over on this side. One thing you're going to want to note is that when you're putting the books in here, the flap, this flap right here, you're going to want that flap on this side over here, because if you look on this side, there's no cardboard right here to put tape onto. So what you'll end up doing, if the flap is on this side and you tape this thing down, you're just taping on top of the flap, and then it's not super secure, which is not what you want. So bear with me for 1 second. I usually turn it over like that. I got my little tab right there. Go on this side, hunker it down. Go on this side, same thing, hunker it down. So this is where I usually like to add my little swag of a trading card. I just put it over this little symbol here. I'll put it right there. I secure it down with my delicate tape. I probably would do it with blue tape because that'll probably rip it, but no issues with delicate tape. And yes, I do little tabs on these too. You really don't want people messing up their little swag that you give them. You fold this thing over, fold this thing over. Now, some of you who are used to using Gemini boxes might cringe at what I just did. And I'm going to explain for those that don't know. Some in the comic community fold it like this. Some fold it like this because it's a little bit flatter right there. I've had no issues. I do it like this. I like the presentation a little bit better because it's flatter on top. I went to Gemini's website. They don't specifically say it. I looked on YouTube. Different sellers say different things, so I don't think you can really go wrong with it. That's what that's going to look like when you get done with it. The big thing is when you shake it like this, you won't hear the comics moving around. If you hear the comics moving around, you probably messed up a step. You're going to want to open it back up, make sure you did everything correctly, and then seal it back up. Your next step is you take your CeeLo bag, throw it in here. I go like this, it gets it right down to that corner. You're going to have a little extra space here, which is not really an issue. Just get a little bit of packing tape. Fold it over like this, make it nice and snug. Doesn't have to be perfect, just snug. Take the tape off the top like this. What I do is now I fold over this corner, because you'll see it's like this. I just fold this down like that. Then I fold this one over as such, like that. Now you're gonna have this little flap here, not a big deal, because you got your little sticker with the shipping information on it. Take that off, and you know where that's going to go? Right over that flap. Boom. So this is essentially good to go, but it doesn't have my branding, doesn't have my markings on it. We don't have like a logo that we use at all, but everybody will know that it's our package based on the stickers we use. So we always use the same stickers. So I get my fragile do not jam into a mailbox sticker. And you know where I put that? Right here with that flap. Boom. I get my handle with love sticker. I usually throw it right here just because it kind of covers up the ugliness of that flap there. I grab my little Captain America sticker or whatever you're using. Sometimes I like to theme it. I used to theme it all the time, that little sticker with the books that they got on the inside, but then I would run out of like Spider-Man all the time or Wolverine or whoever was popular. So now I just throw, you know, whatever's cool on there. I flip it over, throw another really cool sticker on this side, throw another sticker on this side. This one says, "Hello, I'm what you've been waiting for." I throw that on there. Boom. And that's gonna be good to go. You throw that right in there, super good. Now, this thing is gonna be slightly different. If you're shipping out a single comic, the only difference that you're gonna have is when you put it on here, it will be over top one of the perforations, okay? So this side right here, like I said earlier, there's 3 and 3. This one covers 1. So one side's gonna have 2 open, this one's gonna have 3 open. So I just fold it down like this. This one just folds over, and it pretty much just marries right there. And then you just go over the same process. You would have taped it down here, taped it down here, and then you just go over the same process. For your oversized books, or if you're shipping out more than 8 comics, I would say 8 comics fit into the regular Gemini box. If you got, let's say, 15 comics, you can fit 15 or so in this box. I just throw in like a couple of little wraps of bubble wrap. Because let's say you got this here, and you throw it in here. There's going to be a little bit of space on the left, a little bit of space on the bottom. Not a big fan, so I just throw a little bubble wrap in there, and it's good to go. But if you're doing this oversized, it fits perfectly. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 perforations because it can definitely handle a lot more and a lot less comics. So I only have 1 in here, so I'm going to hit that first perforation. I do the tops first like this, then this, then this. You'll notice I didn't tape the comic down because 1, there's no place to tape it down, and 2, once it's nice and secure in here and you tape up everything, there's no noise. It's not moving around anywhere. It's pretty secure. You don't have to tape it on in there. And then you just go over the same route. You're gonna tape this. I always tape up this and this, and you can throw some tape on there extra if you want, but the Silo bag should help. The Silo bag should keep all the humidity out. I mean, obviously if it goes into a flood, you're kind of messed up, but not too bad. So that's pretty much step 1 to step whatever of putting your comics together to ship out. The last thing I want to leave you with is some common mistakes that I always see. One is going to be packing too many comics into a Gemini box. I used to ship out about 9 comics, but there was times if I had a little bit thicker, like one thicker book, that the 9 wouldn't work and I'd have to do 8. So now I just do 1 to 8 for a Gemini, and then the next Gemini, if they get 16, I get 2 Gemini boxes and it goes into the Silo bag. I'm going to show you what it looks like if you have too many in here. Boom. Get my tape, make my tab. You really don't want to forget those tabs, that's why I keep saying it. Cut that down there. You don't have to worry about these comics. These are our kids' comics, so they're already jacked up. That's why I'm using them as my demonstration. I'm going to get this tape out so you guys can see what it looks like from the side. And how bad it looks. Okay, now I don't know if you can see this, but basically what is going on is this corner right here and this corner right here is providing a lot of pressure on the books. And you'll see as you look in there, the book is bent upwards like this because it's putting all that pressure on them corners. Not something you want. The next issue that I see is, let's say you got that thick 9th book, right? And they're just like, I need to get that in here. The box can fit it. And what they do is they're like, I'm gonna tape this thing down so hard that it fits in there. And what you'll see, so this side I tape normal, this side tape normal, and this side I tape super tight as it could basically go. And it basically flares up this, it flares up this, that goes down, and that goes down, and you basically crease right here. I think on these comics it would probably be okay, but you're going to cause a lot of stress in there, and that's not what you want, especially when it comes to the spine. So be careful with that. If you see that it does that, just undo the tape a little bit and just bring it back over gentle. It doesn't have to be taped on there really hard or anything like that. It just has to be on there because with the 4 pieces of tape, it's going to be pretty secure. The next issue, as I told you, is all these are, all the spines are on this side. And if you look, this side definitely flares out a little bit more than this side, and all that pressure just gets pushed onto the books. Sometimes it's going to be okay, you know, you might get lucky if this is the way you pack, but sometimes if a little bit of pressure happens onto the box and it gets onto here, you're just adding a lot of pressure on that spine, and then boom, your 9/8 go to 9/4, you know? Not something you want. The next thing, you know, I was telling you guys about these 2 pieces of tape here and why they're important. I'm going to show you why. Let's say you did everything right and this was a perfectly stacked comic. Actually, let's just take a couple out. There, that's much better. You remember that it was 8 or less. You fold that over, boom. And you're like, all right, let me see what I can do. Don't want to have that happen. So put it back in there. You're going to want to tape it down. But let's say you forget again. But this time you don't lift it up. You close it up. And that looks pretty tight, but what'll happen is, I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's just the spine just banging up against the box, the corners banging up against the box, which is, again, you don't want that. The last mistake, the 5th mistake that I've always seen is, like I said, not personalizing your brand. You definitely want to do that. Make sure you get really cool stickers, or if you have a cool name like Skeleton Key Comics, you definitely need to get some skeleton keys or whatever it is. So just make sure you guys do that. If you guys like this video, please, again, go down there, like, subscribe, throw in a comment. If you pack this way or you pack this way, let me know, because I can't find any like legitimate information on it. So just let me know if I'm doing something wrong. If you guys see if there's anything I can do better and you guys know about it, please throw it down in the comments. We all need to learn from each other, you know? Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys.
Oh, shucks. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm already recording.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't see your fingers go.
All right, hold the phone. Hold the phone. I need coffee anyways.
Hi, I'm Tony with Skeleton Key Comics. That's Sam behind the camera.
Hey.
Hey. And I'm going to teach you how to go from this to this as a seller on Whatnot Comics. Let's see, we got materials. We're going to go over that. Then I'm going to teach you how to pack the comics. And then, damn it, Sammy.
You're just so handsome.
Thanks.
Yeah, I can't help myself. Staring at
Then
you
you're
like
going to
that.
have to move. Because I'm just staring at you, staring at me.
Staring at
You're like-
you. Staring at me. All right.
This is not going to work. You're going to have to go.
So you want me to leave?
Yeah.
Like you want me to move?
Yeah.
Okay. It's blurry.